We got our alerts off. We are good to go. It is Wealth Wellness Wednesday, which is a great, for some people, it's, hump day. So many great things coming up. But good morning, everyone. This is Carol, so AKA Naughty Bus Live with
TwoSistas. Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Janice, AKA Wellness Diva 5.0 on this Wealth Wellness Triumph Wednesday. I just thought I'd throw another word in there. Why not? Of course, in the Northeast here, a couple weeks ago, we're going from 80 to 90 degree weather back to 40 to 50 degree weather. So I just took the dog out for a walk at 52 degrees, bright and sunny. Obviously a little bit of a chill in the air, but it just goes to show you, especially in the Northeast, get out when you can, when you think of going outside. And of course, everything is starting to bloom. So of course, excuse me, the allergies, but also, seeing nature's beauty, smelling nature's beauty. And of course, over in the garden, the asparagus is starting to pop up. And I just think, with everything going on in the world today, it's kind of nice to be out in nature.
Oh, absolutely. And yes, allergies are on full swing. I am still combating an allergic reaction, but I think now that I'm back from Denver, I'm also experiencing, some allergies and a lot more things in bloom right now. So, you battle that, you want to go out and enjoy. But if you're somebody like me who apparently has got many, many different types of things going on, which I'm in the midst of looking for an allergist, because I think it's about time I got to get tested. You really I want to go outside. I want that fresh air. But so find what works for you. Sadly, when I say it that way, sadly, the only thing that works for me when I have an allergic attack, which always attacks my eyes, is Benadryl. Well, some people can take the full strength of Benadryl. I take it even a half and I'm drowsy. But I was forced to take a full tablet now since Friday night. And now we're into Wednesday. And today I'm hoping I don't take any, because one of the side effects for me is it really just, I have a very, a high sensitivity to the ingredients, because it has that antihistamine, which really knocks me out. I call it a Benadryl coma. But it's the only thing that really combats swelling. So a lot of people say, oh, try Zyrtec, try these other brands. The other brands help somewhat. Benadryl is the only thing that helps with swelling. So I'm at the phase now where the swelling's almost completely gone. But inevitably, you try your hardest, right? When you suffer from allergies and or an allergic reaction, you try really hard not to itch. Well, obviously during the night, I'm scratching the hell out of my eyeballs. So I've been smearing them with organic coconut oil. So the organic is the hard kind, of course, that really kind of melts in your hand after you put it on your temperature, your hand starts to melt. But you have to use the really raw organic. And I just been smearing it all over my face. Today, I, literally got out of the shower. I just covered myself in coconut oil. And I'm, hoping that's going to come back, because now my eyes are starting to flake. They're still itchy. But this is something that you got to try to overcome, to push yourself forward, because I can't, for me to sit still and be in a coma is not happening. I don't have time for that. We're all very busy, just like all of our viewers and listeners. So I've been combating that. There's been, some hours of the day, I'm not going to lie, where it's oh, I just got to sleep. And I do it because I'm listening to my body. I'm not going to feel bad about it. There's a lot of things I need to accomplish, because as I've been sharing, we've got tons and tons of new product line coming out with Le-Vel. Just came back from our annual conference, and there was a real different feel to it. I think this year, in many aspects of life, there's just a different feel, a different no, I'm going after my dreams, my goals. I'm going to be that warrior. And that was kind of the theme of our convention, and that we're not done yet. And our CEO, our co-CEO, Jason Camper, put it so very emotionally. I mean, he's very emotional. I haven't seen it. I don't think I've ever seen him this emotional, but how much he's fought for the company, especially during those leaner years when we were hit with COVID. And we're a company that, you know, we thrive on being around people. We thrive around events, having people get to share their experiences, because we're a story-driven company, not just from the aspect of the transformation of people, but really how the business side has really changed the trajectory of a lot of families' lives. And it's because we are the product of the product. So they, of course, you know, expectedly, we always know that something's going to be launched. We were not expecting as much to be launched. So one of the two things I want to talk about today with because it's Wealth Wellness Wednesday, so why not? The first one is HDS, which is called Her Daily Support. And this is, guys, this is not for you. This is strictly a woman's, female's product. And what I love about it is for any woman, any age. So if you're in your 20s, your 30s, you're premenopausal, you're in menopausal, you're postmenopausal, and it is a non-hormone approach to balancing your hormones. And the ingredients, one of the biggest ingredients, I want everyone to look this up, is DIM, D-I-M. And if you look that up, you will see the benefits, but there is all these unbelievable, amazing ingredients. And I'm going to share, and I will share it on our TwoSistas page. And maybe we can even upload it on our TwoSistas website, is a video of one of our side teams. They're two cancer survivors. So you know that they're very particular about what they have to put in their body because of what they are going through, right? So they have their oncologist, they have their nutritionist. So they actually met and they gave them all the PDFs of the ingredients. And they were like, oh my God, this stuff is like everything on it, especially DIM, is so powerful. And what I love about it is we're in age, and I think you agree with this, where they're injecting so many hormones and things in our food. And we're finding that people are having more allergies, or having more immune system issues, or having maybe some autoimmune issues coming up that would have never been expected. And this is really true groundbreaking because it's coming from a non-hormonal approach, meaning we're not giving you hormones. Everything is plant-based, non-GMO, gluten and plant-based, gluten-free and plant-based. So that is one of the things. And so what is it? It's capsules and a DFT. The capsules you can take in the morning. You can take them along with your Thrive experience, or an hour before, hour after, but you want to make sure you take them before noon. So anytime before noon. And then at nighttime, we have a DFT. So for those that don't know, it's our sticker. You see us talking about our sticker all the time. DFT stands for Derma Fusion Technology. And this is going to also balance your hormones from a plant-based perspective. Now, it's not going to, because one of the things that when women, regardless of their age, whether they're pre-menopause or menopause or post, even in your 30s, some even in your 20s, have difficulty because you have such a hormonal imbalance, falling asleep. Now, this is not going to put you to sleep, but it's going to aid in that whole process of a relaxation. So you take the capsules in the morning, and then you want to put your GFT on sometime before you go to bed, maybe an hour before you go to bed, sometime in the evening. And the big piece to HDS is consistency. So keep in mind that you want to take your capsule the same time every morning, and you want to get your DFT on relatively the same time. So you've got that nice ease of these great plant-based ingredients going into your system. And it also helps with, those that suffer, the blemishes, because sometimes they're in all those weird stages. I mean, how many of us, I bet you can relate to, how many of us like said, oh, kind of when we got past that teenage stage, oh my God, yay, no more, no more pimples. And then all of a sudden you're in your 30s and 40s or even later, and a blemish pops out. Isn't that all nutty? So it's going to aid with that. But great ingredients. Like I said, one of the biggest ones is DIM, D-I-M. So you want to look that one up. The other really amazing, and we had so many different products coming out, so I'm just going to talk about these two because it's lots to talk about, is we have an immune powdered drink now with colostrum. So if you do not know what that word is, and you say, oh, that sounds familiar. If you know when a baby is born, a mother produces colostrum in her breast. And that's the first thing that comes out before their milk comes in. And they found a way to biotine it, per se, this colostrum because we know that the babies are so protected from their mom's milk, especially with the colostrum. So they've come out with, and this is going to help with all aspects of gut digestion, your immune system, your joints, your muscles, recovery, especially for an athlete. And it's with this blood orange flavor, again, plant-based. So I'm really, really pumped about that one as well, because what we're talking about. We have so many different allergic things. Our immune system is compromised all the time. So I'm really pumped about these two, and that's just tip of the iceberg. I mean, we have more things that are coming out. We have more new flavors from the Elite. We got a new DFT coming out, Duo. Now the Duo, if you were around in that time in 2018 when Duo came out, Duo was a fat burning DFT. So again, the sticker that you see is square, but it was Duo because it was putting your body in that thermogenesis state, but it had the either side. So you had two DFTs on. Well, this one is going to be Elite Duo. It's going to be their largest DFT, their largest permeation DFT. So it has when I say permeation, the bigger the DFT, the higher the permutation is of the ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's not going to be for everyone. It might even be too strong for some people. Some people may find that they're going to take one half and cut that in half and put it on. But this is also another game changer in the health and wellness industry. Along with the other big announcement was our Le-Vel skin. And, he was very, very blunt about when they first came out with Thrive Skin and getting into that kind of CBD space that so many people are in. And while he was happy with the product, it really wasn't the intention for him to create it and formulate it the way that it was. For him, it did not stand the test of what our company is about, which is what? Filling our nutrition. It all has to do with nutrition. So if we can fuel our nutritional gaps from the inside out with our gut health, the same scenario should apply to our skin with nutrients. We should be giving nutrients to our skin from the outside in. So he really decided I've got to change the formula to do it the way it should be intended, that aligns with what we're already doing, because we are a nutritional company. And it's now called Le-Vel Skin. There are still some for a limited time. If there are certain products of the Thrive skin line that you absolutely love, could be, and there's only a few things left. There's some, I think, charcoal masks. There might be the charcoal soap bars. And this is also, so grab them while you can, because they're going to be discontinued as this new line. And I ordered mine already. So hopefully I can't wait to get it. But I did get to sample it. And the one interesting he talked about, he said, why do you think men don't have, and mind you, men still have blemishes, those things too. but they don't have the same issues that women do with the face. What do you think that might be?
Hormones, testosterone and estrogen.
Well, that's part of it. But what happens when you're feeding your skin with nutrients, right? 'Cause there's a lot of vitamins in this skincare. Most skincare products you don't really see. So they've got the massive amount of vitamin C with the retinol, they got peptides, and they got all kinds of vitamins in it. Has to do with the outer layer. So if you cannot scrub, get the flakiness, that dead skin off, no matter what cream you use, no matter what you put on, it's just really lying there. It's not penetrating because, and the big difference is, what do men do on their face that women don't do? Well, at least all women I know don't do this, but what do men do that on their face that women don't do?
Shave.
So when they're naturally shaving, the razor is actually taking the dead skin off. Where women, we don't do that. At least all the women I know do not do that. So it was interesting to really have him break it down in such a way that only Jason Candler can do, along with really explaining the importance of the vitamins and really staying true to who we are as a company. We are about nutrition. So why not give nutrients to our face? Why not supply it with the same concept, only from the outside in, versus when we're dealing with gut health is the inside out. So I'm pumped and I am excited. And I have to tell you, I did samples on my hands on Friday. Or was it Saturday? Saturday. And I'm telling you, my hands still feel like this silky, nice softness.
We are with an innovative company, and it's so exciting that these products that are coming out, how they will really, I think when you look at nutrition or you look at vitamin supplementation, for instance, it's overwhelming to look at all these different products. I mean, you go into the vitamin shop store or wherever you may get your vitamins, CVS, wherever, and it is overwhelming to look at all that stuff. And I always say, if you can provide your body with premium nutrition, and we all know that when you take a pill, regardless, your body still has to break it down, right? And I love the fact that Thrive, it's excuse me, obviously the capsules that you take in the morning, and then of course 20-30 minutes later doing the shake, and then of course the DFT, right? That's a 3-step process. But number one, it's easy, but more importantly, you don't have to wait for the vitamin to break down and get in your bloodstream. So look at where the company started to where they are today. I mean, really innovators way beyond what I don't think any other company is doing. So I just think that is amazing.
And yes, and one of the interesting things that he really explained when we talk about premium grade is we really are pharmaceutical grade. And there's a big difference. The reason why, you get the legality is what you can say is you can't really say pharmaceutical grade, even though that's what it is, because then you're implementing a medical statement. And we're very careful. We don't make medical claims, but it is pharmaceutical grade. That's what we're talking about, premium grade. That is why we feel our vitamins. And I have to tell you a funny story. What's today? Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. So Monday, of course, jet lagged, right? And, eyes are swollen, not feeling my best. And I've been doing Thrive Elite now since January. So I've been off of the classic. Now, the Thrive Elite capsules and the Thrive Classic capsules, same color purple. So one says Elite, one says, Thrive. So it was right before our podcast, I grabbed, and I'm like, oh my God, normally I don't do my 3 steps until later in the day because I intermittent fast. But I thought, okay, I'm jet lagged. I've got this, allergy attack going on, allergic reaction on my face. I'm exhausted, and I'm dealing with a 2-hour time change. And for those of you that don't know, for every hour of a time change, your body needs a week to recover. So hence, I had a 2-hour time change on either end in a very short window. So my body will probably take a good 2 weeks for it to really fully recover. So now jumping in, I'm exhausted, I'm jet lagged, I'm dealing with a time change, I'm dealing with a, allergic, frozen, solid, well, I shouldn't say frozen solid, swollen face. So I'm like, oh God, I'm gonna do my capsules early, and sometimes I do that because we feel our vitamins, right? Now, we were told when the Elite came out that it is Thrive Classic, but it has added ingredients because of the whole fat, really blocking the fat absorption. And that the capsules were different in nature, that it was going to be more of a steady feel versus the classic, which we call them our jumping cables, because you literally jolt you and you just feel this, burst of good, clean energy. So what do? I go to grab my capsules, take them, and I think I threw in a couple of laundry before, we got on our podcast. And right after the podcast, I was like spinning around this house, zipping through like I had no allergy issues, no jet lag, no time change, and no exhaustion. And then when I went to go throw the wrapper out, I realized I didn't take Thrive Elite, I took Thrive Classic. So it's funny because he talked about the difference in the energy level, and Thrive Elite is meant to be more even keeled because of the way that we're burning the fat off and blocking the fat off. So while it is the classic, the added ingredients change the formulation of it. So it's more of an even, where even with the Thrive Classic, it's even, but you get that initial like, oh my God, now I can get my day going. Really, I've got this. And I was bebopping around. And then, then I took, because now I'm still doing Thrive Elite, I did my Thrive Elite shake and then my Thrive Elite DFT. And as the day went on, I evened out to where like I would normally be with Thrive Elite. But it was interesting when you have not taken the products, or you're taking it, in this case, I'm doing a different formula, and I'm not going to stay on Thrive Elite forever. It's not, Thrive Elite is not meant to be on it forever. It's really to meet your goals, get you where you want to be, and then go back to Thrive Classic. So, but it was interesting. It felt amazing, and it just revalidated why Thrivers feel their vitamins versus buying the over-the-counter ones. I have never, and I've taken vitamins my entire life. Well, even, gosh, I can remember the days when mommy and dad would give us Flintstone vitamins. Mm-hmm. So we've always we knew the importance of supplementation at an early age, because people say, oh, I eat clean. I don't care how clean you eat, people. I don't care if you are on a very structured eating habit. You cannot fuel exactly what your body needs with food alone. You just can't. We would be overeating. Our body requires way too much that food can't provide. And especially now, when they're injecting all the crap that they're injecting into our meats, and God knows what else they're doing. So my point being was so I wasn't like, oh, it's just because you've never taken vitamins before. No, I've taken vitamins. We've taken vitamins all our lives. So the formulation of, like we talked about, the absorption, most people, when they're taking over-the-counter vitamins, are only getting, if they're lucky, 48% absorption because of all the added fillers. So the Thrive experience, the ratio is about 96 to 98% absorption rate. And that's why Thrivers feel it, because it's actually going in our body. We're not peeing it out. Now, yes, of course, all vitamins, your body takes in so much, and you're going to expel whatever you're not using or whatever your body doesn't need. But the difference is ours gets in quicker, but it's not just getting in, it's being absorbed, like you were talking about. So very, very interesting to, company's been around now for 10 years. I've been with the company over 7, with a small break in between to reset my body. But there's nothing, and people like laugh. I got a lot of people that laugh at it. Like, you love your vitamins. You talk about your vitamins. Yeah, I do. Because everyone should feel, everyone tells me all the time, you have so much energy. You're energetic, you're positive, you're always feeling good, even in your crappiest days. You manage to somehow find a way to feel good. Well, I wish I could tell you it was just my nature, but it's not. It's what I'm fueling my body with.
Yeah, and how we feel our bodies, think of that for a moment, when we've talked about this before, but you put gas in your car, you do this, you do that. Why not upgrade your wellness? Maybe that's the self-care thing that you're looking for, is how can you upgrade your wellness? How can you feel better? By taking action in trying the Thrive experience. Really, what do you have to lose?
Right. And when people say, well, the cost, it comes out to about $5 a day, but how cheap is free? We're the only company that says you get two of your family members or friends to do it with you. You're thriving for free.
Mm-hmm.
So how cheap is free? Pretty cheap. Pretty darn cheap when you only have to pay for shipping. That's pretty darn cheap. But right now we've got so many things going on. If any of our viewers or listeners are interested, reach out to Jan, reach out to me. We do have some great promo codes to help defray the cost. We have some free shipping codes, and I believe we have some $20 off codes. But my point is, that's what I fuel and what John fuels our bodies with is part of our grocery bill. That's how we look at it, because it's nutrition. We're fueling our body with nutrition. So we make that part of our budget. And at the end of the day, people got to decide what's important. Is longevity, living your healthiest to as long as you can, important? You talk about your food sources being important. Well, you should be talking about your supplementation is also just as important, if not more, because there's a lot of pieces of the puzzle of what our body needs that we can't get from food, especially the condition of our food today. It's a disgrace of what goes on in our country, of what manufacturers are allowed to put in our food. And if you look over at Europe and you have the same manufacturer, you can see totally 2 different labels, because they're stricter than our own USA. And that is appalling to me. We should be embarrassed by that. And we the people, have to do better to understand that we have to take charge of our health and wellness. And that includes what we're fueling our body with, not just from the nutrition from food, but the nutrition from the vitamins and supplements. So huge, huge, huge difference.
Yeah, that is so true. Huge difference versus running to CVS or wherever. Premium grade.
And the other thing I like about it too, sorry, my nose is running, allergies, is people talk about like the small business person, the small business, those people that, have that entrepreneurial spirit. I love supporting local companies. I have one company that makes really, really good shampoos. So I always support her. I've got another one that's got this excellent foot cream, and she makes it all from different oil extracts. I support her. I have this woman who makes those cute little socks. Mm-hmm. She's got a little side business going. I support her. I love, and don't get me wrong, there are certain corporations that I still support because they've got a great product. I maybe can't find it anywhere else. But if I have the choice, even at a grocery store, which now we're also in the process of doing, John and I are looking for local farmers because of obviously all the publicity about mRNAs being put into our meat. Oh, and another huge thing, I was so disappointed to find out. I was a big believer and did not live up to my own standards with reading labels. All those plant-based burgers are one of the worst things to eat. The third ingredient, like a Beyond Burger, and that was one of my favorite burgers. For me, again, plant-based, I try to eat more plant-based, but when it came to the plant-based meats, when I say plant-based, I'm talking a lot of vegetables, that kind of stuff. But obviously, Billy, who has the gate, has been pushing that. And so I did a little bit more research. And then Tina finally said, Mom, some of that stuff you're eating, well, I know it, you really have been trying to cut out beef. She said, grass-fed beef is healthier for you if you find like a local farmer, but also there's one or two really good local companies. I say local, they're regional, but they are owned by like patriots and soldiers and whatnot. And they do all grass-fed beef. So she sent me this video and I was like, oh my gosh. So I said, stupid me. I will admit, when I don't follow my own advice, I just never, for whatever reason, never looked at the ingredients of this plant-based meat, which is not meat, it's plant-based fake meat. The third ingredient is canola oil, which is one of the worst oils, that you could put in to your system. And then obviously I'm very susceptible and mindful of sodium. The sodium is through the roof. And it dawned on me when I ran the pickleball tournament, because we, wanted to be able to have an avenue for those that really do not eat meat. And we had plant-based burgers. So I probably had 3 of them, throughout the whole weekend. And I kept saying, oh my God, my legs are swollen. My legs are swollen. And I had salad. I was eating protein bars. I kept saying, why am I? And then I didn't connect the dots. I did not connect the dots. So see, as much as we love our health and wellness and we aspire to make sure that we're telling you really positive things to do to take charge of life, we screw up too. So yeah, no more plant-based burgers for me.
I got to tell you, the Beyond Burgers, I've had those and I took one bite out of it. I did not like the Beyond Burgers and I ended up using it for dog food. That's how much I did not.
That's one of them. It's the Beyond Burgers, and they showed the three brands, and one of them gives you the impression that it's organic, which obviously it's not. But it's the Beyond Burger, and then there's other big name out there. And actually, now a veggie burger. I'm not talking about a veggie burger, but these are strictly plant-based, and I would even buy. They have the 1 pound square organic beef. Well, they had the plant-based, and I can't tell you, probably about 10 of them stock up on them because they run out quick. They did like to make meatballs, make meatloaf. Tasted really good, but then when I really saw that video and then really dug into the ingredients more, I was like, ugh. Like why I overlooked that, I don't know. Shame on me. I have to be a person of my word, and the advice I give, I got to also remind myself to read all the ingredients, even if it sounds like it's right up my alley, like plant-based. I got to read the ingredients, and that was a lesson learned for me. And that means that's a good thing, because that means we're always open to admit our mistakes, but also open to understand the value of being open-minded and learn.
Well, let's face it, you had good intentions.
I did, but I was not doing a good service to my bodies, that's for sure. So
Yeah, but
I won't be eating those anymore.
You learn from that. So this has something to do really about nothing, but this is something that I noticed about myself yesterday. So okay. I do laundry on Fridays, Sundays, and Tuesdays. That's how I do my laundry. Works for me. Anyway, so I noticed that when I take the laundry out of the dryer, I throw everything on the bed, but then I have to sort it out into piles, like the towels, the washcloths, like, and everything has its certain place on the bed, and then I fold the clothes. And as I thought yesterday, as I'm folding clothes, I'm like, this is a really weird habit. So my question for you is, do you have a weird habit that you like, oh my God, that's kind of weird?
Oh, a weird habit that's kind of weird. That's a good question. I'm sure I do. I probably have to think about it. I'm sure that I do. I know when I do the laundry, I wish I could get into a schedule like that, but because pickleball, I do laundry almost every single day because John goes to the gym. I work out at home. He goes to play pickleball. There are days that I play pickleball. Obviously, I haven't been doing that because I haven't been feeling well. And then whatever we're wearing at night, and then pajamas. So I'm doing laundry every day. But I love that I love my laundry room. I have a counter, I have a rack, that I can hang things up. So I guess my weird habit would be that I have to fold them almost immediately when they're out of the dryer. But I don't sort them the way that you do. But everything's all lined up. And then, my towels have to go a certain way. They have to be folded a certain way. I don't know if that would be a weird habit because I don't think that's really weird, folding your towels a certain way, but maybe it is. I don't know. Making my bed, again, I don't think that's a weird habit, but I have to make it as soon as I'm out of it. Okay. Like even before I go to the bathroom. So I guess that's kind of weird. Like if you really got to go, you got to go, but nope, I have to make the bed. So maybe that's a little weird. Yeah, I would have to think about that, but I'm sure I do. I mean, if I'm honest, I'm sure I got some sort of weird habit.
So it sounds like you have more weird habits than I do.
Well, could be. See, could be. You never know. I mean, so that's a good question for Wealth Wellness Wednesday. But again, it is Wealth Wellness Wednesday. This is the day you really emphasize a grateful heart and gratitude. We've talked about it for 3 years now. It hasn't changed. It's all about paying it forward to an unsuspecting person that's not expecting gratefulness coming their way. Whether it has nothing to do with about the monetary amount, it's just about giving someone a gift that they're not expecting. And it's a financial exchange, and it's a habit. It's an action to put out what you want. We know that our thoughts are electric currents. We know there's abundance in the universe. And are you embracing that by helping other people? Because the more money you have, the more you can impact others in a positive way. That's what really with Wealth Wellness Wednesday is all about. So I haven't figured out what I'm doing yet for that. I'm limiting myself to not really be in public because obviously even though I'm looking better, I've really been trying not to even go outside because obviously there's a lot of things are in bloom. So I've been hunkering down, and hunkering down in a beautiful sunny day. Yeah, when you don't feel your best, and I'm trying to prevent my skin from getting more irritated. I've been really trying to stay indoors more, but I may venture out today and do that. If not, I'll double up tomorrow and make sure I get out and do my Wealth Wellness Wednesday tomorrow on Thursday. So you know what? There's no. I mean, we choose Wealth Wellness Wednesday to do it, but heck, there's no reason why you can't do it on Thursday or Friday or Saturday or Sunday, whatever day it is that works, as long as you're paying it forward and doing it with a grateful heart, with good intention, and putting it out in the universe.
That is awesome. And on that note, you can always go to our website, leave us a voice message, or you can send in a contact form. Go to www.TwoSistas.online. We would love to hear from you, and we always appreciate opposing viewpoints. And on that note, my name, blah, 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 is Janice, aka Wellness Diva 5.0, and I'm with
TwoSistas. So this is Carol, aka Non GMO, live on a beautiful. Right now it is. We did get some much needed rain. They say we may get more rain later. Right now it's beautiful and sunny. So maybe I'll take a little walk outside just to get some fresh air and then run back in to make sure I'm not getting any allergic reaction. Whatever your day brings with you during the day. You might get sidetracked. You might get discombobulated. remember just to have that grateful heart always. Pay it forward with kindness, help other people, and that could flip the switch of your bad day to a good day. Anyways, we'll see you tomorrow for Trending Thursday. Getting all my dates
Randy
mixed up.
Thursday. And yes, we have a guest on tomorrow at
That's right.
1 p.m. So we're excited to have Abby on, join us live on the Two Sisters Facebook page. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Take care. Bye-bye.